Hey everybody, what is going on? HexLex here. We got some more Master Duel videos for you. We got some more Tri-Brigade Zoodiac for you in particular. I'm still at the end of Season 2 here, towards the end of it anyway, and at this point I have been messing around with a lot of fun decks, but I think it is time to get in some more testing with this current iteration with droplets in before we head into Season 3, just to make sure that this is a build we are really solid with and one that we are ready to climb with. The build has not changed from the last video here. We are still playing 3 Nervall, 3 Maxx, 2 Kerass, 3 Kitt, 3 Ashe, 1 Whiptail, 1 Thoroughblade, 1 Ramram, 3 Fraktall, 2 Nibiru, 1 Harpie's Feather Duster, 3 Desires, 1 Lightning Storm, 3 Tenki, 2 Called By, 2 Droplet, 3 Impermanence, and 3 Revolt. Extra deck is going to be Tigermoartar, Drident, Boarbow, Chakanine, good old ZEUS, Almiraj, Double Dragon Lord, Farajit, Bearbrum, Hraesvelgr, Desperate Doom Eagle, I think is how you say that, Rugal, Appalachia, Access Code, and 2 Shureg. Yeah, so like I said, this build is one that I'm still fairly consistently liking here. But at the same time, like I said, I just want to make sure that we are all set for Season 3, because we're going to want to get, or I do anyway, I kind of want to get to Plat 1 as fast as possible. So Tri-Zoo, I think, is definitely going to be the deck to do that with. I just got to make sure that I like this build. So let's go ahead and see some of these test games here from my session. Alright, first game, let's go ahead and take a look at our coin flip result. We lost, that's okay though, because as always, we are well equipped to go second with our hand traps and our lightning storm and our feather duster and our droplet now as well. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, I like this. Maxx and Nibiru going second. We also got Tenki, Desires, and Called By for our turn. So good amount of plays there. Opponent's going to lead with a Foolish. Let's see what they send. Also, opponents play, excuse me, a 48 card deck. Rather interesting. Oh, okay, they're setting up dragon plays, I see. Let's see. If this card is in your graveyard and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card. That's the effect they're activating, right? Yes. So I'm going to chain Maxx. Ooh, they've got the Ashe. Oh, that's not good, but at least we have Nibiru. And at least that's one less card in their hand. Okay, so this is summon number 1. I think they'll, I mean, if they're going into this kind of a combo, I think they'll easily go through 5 summons. And the cool thing is, they might even not have that many cards on board when they have their 5th summon. So here's summon number 2. Okay. Gotta think about how I want to do this. If it's a Pendulum deck, I think I might want to wait for them to Pendulum summon before I Nibiru. So that way they don't just, like, you know, Pendulum summon for 5. Sorry, my chair is squeaking. I'm trying to adjust in a way that it doesn't do that. Okay. This adds, yeah, some kind of Magician or something. Odd Eyes, Pendulum, Perform Pal. Okay, that's not a summon, that's a scale activation. Add 1 Pendulum, Pendulum Monster, or Pendulum. What a sentence. If there's a card in your Pendulum zone, add a Pendulum Monster, a Pendulum spell or trap. Okay, they got double Iris Magician. Setting that in their scale as well. I think this is the Pendulum summon here. Oh no, they Link summon first, of course. Ah, the Heavy Metal Foe's Electromite. Okay, that's summon number 3. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me turn this off for a second. Actually, no, I'm gonna turn it to auto still. I'm kind of thinking, like, how do I, if like I want to stealth this Nibiru or not? Okay, they're doing astrograph stuff. I've actually never played against like Pendulum Magicians when they get to do everything here, so this is interesting to watch. Okay, astrograph is summon number 4. They add another Pendulum Sorcerer. And they get a draw too. Jesus. This card is absurd. I'm just waiting for them to Pendulum Summon here. If they like normal summon or just special summon one monster here, I'm gonna try to flip this to off, so hopefully they don't see my Nibiru prompt. But then I'll try to flip it back over to on or auto so that I can do it in response to the Pendulum Summon. Let's just see what they do. Oh, this is killing me. Okay. Oh, nope. I want that on auto. Okay. Yep, here comes the Pendulum. I'm going to Nibiru this. Pendulum Summon to your field. This card is special summon, targets your cards, destroy and add. So many effects. What is this one? This card is Pendulum Summoned. You can special summon one Pendulum Magician monster from your deck in defense position, except Harmonizing Magician, negate the effect. So, I'm going to wait for the summon off Harmonizing Magician. Because this is adding, and this is gain 1000 attack. So when they summon with Harmonizing Magician, I'll get another chance to Nibiru, and that's when I'll activate it. Because I don't want them to have anything on board. And they won't. They'll lose their scale. I mean, they'll get to add a bunch of stuff, but they'll lose their scales. They'll lose all their monsters, obviously, and... Okay. Those adds are fine. Effective double Iris Magician. You can add one Pendulum Graph. I mean, yeah, we can just Nibiru now. That's fine. Big rock. Big rock. Put their thing in defense mode there. Cool. Alright, that's that's totally fine with me. Definitely much less scary than whatever they would have put out on board. Star Pendulum Graph. Your opponent cannot target spellcasters. If it faces a pendulum, card leaves your zone, add a pendulum. Got it, okay. And they're just setting this as a scale. So if I remove this, they get a search, basically. Oh, man. A Feather Storm would be such a good draw. Revolt's not a bad draw. Should I Desires first? Before I Tenki? I feel like that's smart. I'm gonna do it. Those banishes are fine. Time Pendulum Graph. Your opponent cannot target things with spell or traps. Target one. Okay, so they're gonna get to destroy my Nibiru and then search. That's fine. I don't really care about that, right? Yeah, I don't care about that at all. Call by doesn't stop it, so okay. No Feather Duster or Lightning Storm. It's a little disappointing. Yeah, Impermanent Desire's not the greatest draws there. Yeah, our Banish doesn't look too bad though. What if it was another Desires? That's a good banish. 2 Maxx C kind of hurts. I would like to have Maxx C against them, ideally, but... Purple Poison Magician. So their hand... What is their hand right now? It's Purple Poison Magician. What else did they add? Do I know about anything else they added? Yeah, they added a Skull Crabat. So they have a Skull Crabat, double Poison, and I think the other card is unknown. Okay, let's see. Activate Tenki. I think I'm just gonna Zeus him. Right? I Zeus him, get rid of both of their Pendulum Graphs. And then I Zeus... Or then I have enough materials to potentially set up a Revolt. It'll be 4 materials Zeus, so if they set up some scales, I can just Zeus their scales. Seems like a plan to me. Which one do I want to add? They already used this, so they can't do it again. Oh, they can do it again. It's not once per turn. Or no, you can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, good. So, I guess I'll just get Thoroughblade. I don't think it matters. Let's see. Tigermoartar. Let's hope they don't have a Nibiru, actually. That would be kind of nutty if their last card is Nibiru. I can't imagine Pendulum decks play Nibiru, though, right? Okay, that's 3 materials. 4, 5. I don't need 5 materials, so I should save my Drident. This will be a 4 material Zeus. I want to Zeus their board. There's not just one thing I want to get rid of. So, yeah. That sounds like a plan to me. Do I want a 5 material Zeus? Let's do this first. Technically, I should have done this first. Like, Boarbow should have been my first monster. Would I rather have a 5th material on Zeus, or would I rather have... Hang on, let me see something. Let me read this. If it exceeds monster, once returned if another card you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can attach one. Is that ever gonna matter? It might, actually. It's so narrow. I mean, either way, it's kind of narrow. What do I think is more likely? That I'll need Drident later, or that I'll need the extra material on Zeus? Like, that'll come up. They already played Harpie's Feather Duster, didn't they? No, that was less. Or that was a different game. No, I don't think it's gonna matter. Thoroughblade and Boarbow. Doesn't really matter. Nope, I don't need to chain anything. Okay, I want to set Imperm. Do I want to set Called By? No. Do I want to set Revolt? 1, 2, no. Okay, so I'm just going to set Imperm and pass. Alright. I am satisfied with this board state. They'll probably start by normal summoning Skullcrabat. I'm just going to negate it. And then, as soon as they try to set up a Pendulum Scale, I'll just blow it up. Yeah, nope, no search there. I know they have a... What is it? Double Poison Magician? Purple Poison. It's a scale 1. This card is destroyed, but I ascend, I don't destroy. Yeah, okay. That's not relevant. Okay, they activate that in their scale. Let me just read this again real quick. Once per turn, if you're Dark Spellcaster battles... Well, they have a Dark Spellcaster, but funnily enough, the 1200 boost only boosted up to 3000, which means it can't take it out. So, yeah, that's fine. Go for it. Oh, wait. Hang on, this gets in. Oh, no, it... Oh! Oh, no, I shouldn't have laughed. Oh, I should have... Wow, that was bad. Oh, no. Whoops. Ah, I mocked my opponent and I paid the price. I paid the price, man. It might not have been a good idea to activate that, by the way. Let's see what I draw. Okay. Activate Tenki. Oh, shoot. What's even left in my... Let's see. Yes. I have one Fraktall left. It's okay, I have plenty of stuff to summon with the old Fraktall here. And I have a Revolt, so I'm feeling fairly good about this. Let's just do 4. Just be done with this Skullcrobat Joker here. Nope, we don't need to call by, that's fine. Yeah, no, if I had a Zeus, if only I had a Zeus. Oh well. Let's go battle, attack, and attack. And then main phase 2, I'm gonna set Called by first, and then Revolt as a mini bluff. And then I'm gonna pass. So, I don't know, nice little back and forth game we had with Pendulum Magicians here. Okay, if you have a Pendulum Magician in your other zone... Okay, that's fine. I don't need to activate the Revolt yet. If they set a second scale, I will. It just lets them add Magician or Odd Eyes Pendulum from extra deck to hand, which isn't that big of a deal, I don't think. I mean, it kind of is. You could get like Skullcrobat or something. Summon Purple Poison. Nope, that's fine. Oh, are they gonna run it into my monster and then destroy my Omen? That's fine. I don't even have to respond to that, honestly, because then I can just attack with Fraktall, or if they have something, I can just banish it with Omen. Yeah, okay, they lose. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, that was a nice little game with the, you can see Pendulum Magician deck there. So, yeah, they had kind of a scary start, but with Nibiru, we were able to smack them down with the rock and come out on top. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, next game here against a Flying Pig. And we won the coin flip. Awesome. We are definitely going to go first. Although it's funny, right? Because, like, in going first, sometimes the games actually end up being a little less interesting because you start with just such a commanding presence that the game doesn't become that interesting to watch sometimes. But I still just like showing off all the different, like, opening plays you can get. Wow, they had no response at all, so it doesn't seem like they have an Ash. That's good for me. Let's activate Fraktall's F. Wow, and we have Revolt. This is going to be a great setup. Let's send Kitt. And Kitt F. Kitt. I like saying Kitt with the T's like that. Okay, Kitt send Nervall. Nervall activate. I'm going to add a Fraktall. Then I'm going to summon Fraktall. Activate Fraktall for 2, summon Ferrijit. I'll use Ferrijit to summon... Okay, I do want to think about Nibiru here a little bit, though. I've in the past, I've played pretty recklessly into Nibiru. So, like, we should probably go into Apple. The thing is, like, in order to, like, play optimally, sometimes you have to play Appalachia last. Can we just get to Appalachia before summon number 5? I'm not going to say the Mambo number 5 line again, even though I really want to. The fortunate thing is we don't have to go out of our way to go into Bearbrum here, which is nice. So we can actually Appalachia before we play the Zoodiac monster. That'll be good. Okay, so this is summon 1. This is 2. 3. So if I wanted to summon Appalachia before I go into the Drident play, I'd have to go now. 3, because Rugal would be 4. No, I don't have to go now, actually, because I can do it this way. No, I do have to go now, because if I go these 2 into Rugal, that's summon 4. I was going to say Nervall into Double Dragon, that's summon number 5. I basically have to decide if I want a third material Appalachia or if I want a double Dragon Lord. I mean, the third material Appalachia is safer. The double Dragon Lord is a little bit better of a play, though, because I have the Tenki out. And I guess even if I lose everything, I can still... Oh, I can't normal summon Drident. Or Thoroughblade, rather. Because I normal summoned Fraktall, that's right. Okay, so I kind of played myself in a way... Yeah, okay, if I summoned Thoroughblade, then I could have just gone into... Well, no, I couldn't have. Okay, this is actually fine. This is a little risky. I'm just going to play into the play that's slightly bad against Nibiru. I mean, it's not even slightly. It is just not that great of a play against Nibiru, but... I think I'm willing to risk it here. Generally speaking, I think I'm willing to risk it. Okay, let's activate Farigite. Put back one of our Revolts. We at least have Maxx if they do end up having Nibiru. Yeah, I'm gonna get a double Dragon Lord. Ooh, yep, they have Nibiru. Ah, that sucks. It's not that bad, though. We have Revolt, and we have Maxx, which is the main reason I was fine playing into this Nibiru here. They didn't activate it. That's going to be a mistake on their part. Because I am going to then go into Appalachia. Yes. They got greedy. Oh, opponent got greedy. And now you can't Nibiru me. I had that in the back of my head too. I was like, they might not Nibiru. But, I mean, we can't count on that. They definitely should have Nibiru'd there. So now I know one of their cards in hand is essentially... Well, it's not even dead, though. Because they can use it against my Revolt play. So here's the thing. I'm going to set Revolt. I'm going to have to... Because it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's going to be... Because I summoned Farigite. No, I can get Rugal. I could Rugal... I could do, like, Rugal Kitt. And use that to go into Omen. So then I can save my Appalachia negate. Because I legitimately Link summoned Rugal. I didn't legitimately Link summon Farigite, so I can't get that back. But I did legitimately Link summon Rugal, and that's only 3 summons. Cool. Alright, yeah. So we can play around... So we can flip Revolt, we can play around Nibiru, and we can still keep our Appalachia negate as well. And we have a double Dragon Bounce, too. It's really good for us. Opponent appears to be some kind of stun deck, though. Appears to be, as they set 5 cards. Well, I mean, now that I know... Well, I don't know if they're not going to activate any monster effects. I mean, I'm definitely going to play Revolt here. But I'm just trying to figure out if I'm going to go for... I don't need to. I don't need to go for everything here. Like, for as many as possible. I'm definitely going to get Kitt. And I'm just going to get Rugal. Is that right? Is that what I want to do? I could get a third one. No, I can't. Not if I want to go for Omen. Yep. I should have played my double dragon over here, so I could put Omen over here and get an extra. I mean, doesn't particularly matter, but it matters a little bit. They went this way, right? So, I want the Omen effect, so I'm going to chain block in a way where I Omen... I mean, chain blocking doesn't matter here. I know they can't activate any of these. I know this is a Nibiru, so... always a good idea to practice chain blocking, though. Kitt send Nervall, so I can get Nervall's F. Omen... I'll just banish the first one they set. Okay, it is Eldlich. I kind of figured it would be. Nervall F, we'll add a Fraktall. Now here's the question. do I want to summon? Because I could play into a torrential. It's not completely unheard of for this deck. I think that's right. I think it's right to not summon. I think it's right to just go into battle phase. Because, like, let's say I summon, they flip torrential, I'm just, like, completely screwed. I can't do anything after that. So, I'm just going to move into battle. I'm going to begin by attacking with Appalachia, because I don't suspect this attack will resolve anyway, because I think they'll have one of their trap monsters, or like a Scarlet Sanguine, or something. Should actually put this to on, because I might want to respond with Maxx and Double Dragon Lord in a weird, like a weirdish spot. No? Okay. They don't have anything. Alright, let's attack with Double Dragon Lord now. Saving my Omen for last, because if they summon a Golden Lord, I want to be able to battle over it. But it looks like they kind of realize it's my gambit here. Okay, let's attack with Omen. The fact that they didn't have anything at all makes me even more sure that one of these is most likely a torrential, honestly. Okay, I'm going to set... Let's switch this back to auto, now that the battle phase is over. Do I want to set called by? I do. Actually, absolutely I want to do, because this is Eldlich. And I'm just going to pass. There's no need to summon, there's no need to use effects, anything that might... okay, here's a Scarlet Sanguine. I'm going to chain Maxx, because I'm not going to get many more opportunities to activate Maxx. Interesting that they let me battle without summoning. I mean, they must have been playing around the Double Dragon Lord, right? But still, you'd think they would still try to get it off. I don't know. No, I mean, they probably waited because they didn't want my Omen to run over it. Yeah, okay, I knew they had a torrential. There's no way you don't. Torrential tribute is activated. Chain another card or effect. Do I want to chain Double Dragon Lord? I don't want to bounce either of their cards. I want their Eldlich to go to the graveyard so I can call by it. So no, I won't. Yep, we'll get Omen's effect. Let's add a Kerass, that's fine. Okay. So this is why I set the called by, because I figured they would try to set up an Eldlich. Now if they try to activate Eldlich's effect, I can just call by to not only negate, but banish it. Okay, setting a Conquistador, that's fine. I have a lot of tri-types in grave, right? Yes, okay, good. Okay, sending Solemn Warning. That is A-okay with me. Called by their Eldlich. Wow, and they even sent like Solemn Warning? What is their last back row? They sent Solemn Warning. They didn't even send the Conquistador, which is what I think I would have sent. I guess they're only at 2,500 is probably why they sent the Solemn Warning. I still think it's probably right to keep it, though. Okay, let's begin by activating Kerass's effect. I will send Kitt. We're going to respond with Conquistador, that's totally fine. I don't care. Actually, you know what? I can even Maxx and get a draw. How about that? I got to actually use 2 Maxx against Eldlich. It's actually not that insane to say that. They special summon a decent amount. I'm going to summon Kerass in attack mode. I'm going to activate Kitt's effect. Oh, just send the other Kerass, that's fine. Okay, activate Kerass for 4. Banish, 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 and Sure, banish. Leaving all my links in the graveyard in case I need to go into access code. Summon Omen. And they'll concede. Okay, I was just going to banish their last face down anyway. Neat. Alright, so we took out Eldlich pretty handily there, even though they got, like, you know, all their back rows. That's, yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. Easy peasy. Let's move into the next game here. Okay, we won the coin flip, so we are going to opt to go first. Excuse me. Whew. Alright. I like this ritual board. I'm kind of thinking about getting it, actually. But I like this board so much. Like, I don't know. There's part of me that wants to switch it up a bit, but there's a part of me that just is so attached to this one. Okay, let's activate Tenki. This is actually a case where I hope my opponent does not Ash to Tenki. I guess it doesn't really matter here. I mean, actually, is that still fine? Because we still have a Fraktall in our deck for later. Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, so that's a little unfortunate, but we can at least still summon our Ramram. And set up a Drident play. We're going to do just that. And we have Maxx and Nibiru, so I'm not super duper concerned with my opponent, even if they are playing Drytrons, which sometimes when I see the ritual board I think, oh, it's probably Drytrons, but it usually doesn't. I don't know, people like to say, like, oh, these kinds of players always play this board or this avatar or this whatever, but generally speaking, doesn't really affect anything. So we've even got a Whiptail in our hand, which is kind of interesting, because if our opponent tries to battle over a Drident later, like after Drident's used its effect, ooh, this is a Prank Kid deck. Prank Kid place. When this card is activated, you can add one Prank Kid's monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, if you fusion summon a Prank Kid's fusion monster, you can have all monsters you control gain 5. Turn, if you link summon, you can have all monsters lose 500 attack. Okay, so I don't really care about the attack gain or reduction. They're going to get the search either way, so I'm not going to Drident to pop that. Let's see what they add. Depending on what they add, I might Maxx in response, so I'm going to switch this to on. Fansies. If this card is sent from the, you can send one Prank Kid, then you can special summon. Okay. That's fine. Desires. Okay. No response to that. You can discard one Prank Kid's card, special summon one Prank Kid's token, but it cannot be tributed. During your end phase, you can target... I think I might actually pop this. Hang on, what does this do? You can discard one Prank Kid's card, special summon one Prank Kid's token. I think I might actually pop that, like, right now, before they even get the... But it would be an extra draw off Maxx. Man, I don't know enough about this matchup to know. You know what? I don't think I need to pop this, actually. That's fine. I definitely don't... No. I don't need to pop this right now. They set a back row. That's interesting. Is before the end of the main phase? No. End phase? What? Okay. Yeah, that's cool with me, dude. Alright. Alright, cool. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set up a 6 material Zeus here. Because if I switch this to attack mode, attach battle, I'll attach Whiptail for a little extra damage. That'll be 2 plus Drident is 3, Whiptail is 4. And then... yeah, 5, 6, and then Zeus. 6 material Zeus, blow up everything they have. Seems like a plan to me. Yeah, we'll activate Whiptail. Battle is successful. Main phase 2. That's 1. This isn't even going to be enough summons for Nibiru. That's only 3. I'm not going to do anything with the Kitt this turn. I should have put that in defense mode. Didn't really matter. Yeah, let's activate now. I'll send Whiptail and Ramram, sure. They're gonna chain Called By. I don't care, that's fine. Nope. That's all good with me. Okay, here's the question. Do I want to set up a Kitt play? Like, if I summon Kitt, Almiraj, I could set up a Revolt, right? Send Nervall, add Fraktall, summon Fraktall, banish for Bearbrum, summon Brugal, set Revolt, put back Nibiru. The question is, do I want to set up a Revolt while I have a 4-material Zeus out? No, I'm just going to pass. Alright. I just wanted to think about it for a second, just to make sure it wasn't the right play. Because, like, even if our opponent answers our Zeus, we still have Maxx and Nibiru against the Prank Kids player. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a material for a fusion, I mean, I'm just going to Maxx in response to their normal summon. It's like, alright, now you gotta play through a Maxx and a Zeus. Activate the Palace, it's fine with me. Lampsies. Inflict 500 damage, and you can special summon the Prank Kid. Nope, no need to Zeus yet. That's totally fine. Now, what does this do again? Only if it would tribute itself, that activates during your opponent's turn. You can banish this card from your control or your graveyard instead. Got it. During the main phase. Okay. This card is special summon. That's fine. Yeah, sorry I'm not talking a whole lot here. I just realized I wasn't like at all. I'm just like reading because I haven't played against Prank Kids very much. So I just need to like read all of their effects just to make sure I'm not allowing anything absurd to happen here. Okay, this one. Add 1 Prank Kid spell. You contribute this card and target 2. You contribute this card and target 2 Prank Kid cards with different names to your graveyard, except add them to your hand. So I think I am actually going to activate Zeus because I don't want them to get these Prank Kid cards back by tributing this doodle doodle doo. Yeah. I think that's a pretty integral part of their combo, so I'm just going to Zeus here. Plus, I think it's fine to Zeus a little more loosely because not only do I have another Zeus, usage, I also have a Nibiru in my hand in case things really go south, so. They're going to respond with the Prank Kids Pandemonium. No, that's fine. Isn't their fusion monster just going to go to the graveyard? Unless they want that to happen. I don't know what the Battle Butler... Isn't that the fusion monster? I don't know what that does off the top of my head. Oh no, there's somebody Rocket Ride. Yeah. Like, that's fine. Square's Fusion Summon, you can also get attacked directly. You can... Yeah, that's fine with me. Wait. Square's like summon... Oh, they're adding the... Got it, yeah. They're just getting the resolution of the effect. I understand. Lampsies. What's this doing? Special summoning a Prank Kid monster from your hand or deck. That's totally fine with me. I had to look at my deck real quick. I'm like, they're not gonna deck me, right? I know Prank Kids summon a lot, but they don't summon that much, right? Like I was unsure at this point. That's fine. I mean, their deck is actually looking lower, you know, lower than mine. Bow Wow Bark. Prank Kid's monster. This card points you against 1,000 effect. During your opponent, you contribute. Add them to your hand. Prank Kid's control cannot be destroyed by card effects. So that's during my turn. So this is just 2,000 attack, right? I don't really care about that. And what is Roxy's doing? Summoning. Draw one card, then summon a Prank Kid. That's, yeah, go for it. Oh, do they have to banish one? Is that what it did? Oh, draw and then summon. Got it, got it, got it. Nope, that's fine. Hopefully they don't have a Scary Link 3 that I should have, you know, Zeus to now instead of later. But, I mean, this doesn't do anything during their turn. It's during my turn they can do that as a quick effect to add Prank Kids cards back, so... Yeah, that's fine with me. I've actually played against a game against Prank Kids. I had a game with them once where, like, okay, it's before the end of the main phase. Let me switch this to on. I don't want to do that, but during their end phase, yeah, I'm going to Zeus their board. Where I just, like, decked my opponent out was the end of my thought there, because Prank Kids just burn through their own deck so quickly. Okay, activate Kerass. Discard Kitt. Summon in attack mode. Kitt F. Send Nervall. And Nervall F. Let's add Fraktall. Eternal Zeusy to attack mode, and I have a whole bunch of tri-types in grave. How many monsters? A lot. They're Prank Kids. I was like, okay, so no Doom Eagle. Got it. All right, I'm gonna activate Kerass. I guess just for 4. Just try to go for lethal this turn. Okay, this is 37 plus 6,000 is 67, so not quite enough for it. Lethal. Just summon Fraktall. Also, number of summons 1, 2, 3. So I can use Fraktall. Summon number 4 and not trigger Nibiru. 2 cards. I'm gonna get a double Dragon Lord. Don't need to do that. Move into battle. Attack with Kerass. And yeah, they're not going to have anything. Yay! Alright. So, that's what happens sometimes, most of the time, I think, when you take the Maxx challenge there. So, alright. Thank you for watching these here games. Let's take one more look at the deck before we close out the video here. Alright guys, as always, I want to thank you so much for checking out these games and my videos as a whole. I am always happy to oblige when people want to see more Tri-Brigade Zoodiac. I've noticed that the Tri-Zoo games do tend to get a little more views than others, so you'll definitely have a lot to look forward to at the start of Season 3 here, as I'm going to be showcasing quite a few of my games laddering up to Platinum 1, and you will be seeing a lot of Tri-Brigade Zoodiac games because I plan on Currently, my plan is to really only use this deck on my climb to Platinum 1. So, I don't know exactly if it's going to be this exact iteration yet. We'll go ahead and find out at the start of Season 3 here. So without further ado, guys, as always, like I said, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. This is Hexlex, signing out, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.